The first possession starts off with Curry setting two separate off-ball screens before coming around the Looney screen, driving the baseline and dishing off to Draymond, who knocks down the little floater. Next time down, Curry dishes off to a Klay coming off a Loon screen for the three, no good. Curry gets the ball in the corner, but Gobert is in drop, forcing Curry to dump the ball off to Loon for the DHO with Klay, but Klay gets called for a travel. Loon makes a nice play on the ball, but the Wolves get it back. McDaniels attacks Curry, who was out of position, trying to get the loose ball and draws the foul. A rare early mistake by Curry that would cost him in this game. Some good action on this play as Curry runs Spain pick and roll with Looney and Klay, but ultimately dishes it to Draymond for the DHO, giving Curry a wide open look at the three from the corner. Splash. The play was so pretty, it deserves to be seen again in slow-mo. Beautiful action, safe to say. Curry enjoyed that one quite a bit. More action with Curry on the ball. He comes around the Looney screen, but Gobert is camping in the paint area and ignoring Draymond completely. I'm not sure why 3 seconds wasn't called on Gobert here, as he actually camped for a good 5 seconds with Draymond out of the paint area. Regardless, Curry comes around the corner for another DHO, but is unable to capitalize. T-Wolves run double high screen for Conley, Loon is late to recover, and Conley hits the three. Curry uses yet another DHO straight into a pick and roll with Draymond, who muscles Gobert out of the way with the initial attempt and cleans up the miss. Bizarre play here, Looney falls asleep ball watching while his man Gobert is setting an off-ball screen on Klay, leaving Conley wide open for another three. What the fuck, Loon? Curry and Loon set a double screen for Klay, but Cat stays up and Klay can't convert. Curry runs a Spanish, more like a double drag flare on this play where Klay flares out for the three, but Gobert is not in drop, forcing Klay to put the ball on the floor, but losing it for a turnover. This is a rough start for Klay. The previous play forces all kinds of defensive cross matches in transition, forcing Curry to guard the much bigger Kyle Anderson, aka Slow-Mo, who draws the inexplicable foul number 2 on Curry, who is now forced to sit with over 8 minutes left in quarter 1. Terrible. Check this out. Gobert blatantly shoves Draymond in the back to grab an offensive rebound, then the refs call a phantom foul against Draymond. This is funny because Gobert actually claimed that the Warriors get a favorable whistle from the refs a couple of days ago. You sure, my guy? There's a shove. Where's the foul? Before I go any further, I just want to point out that more than 4 minutes have passed in this game, and Dante DiVincenzo has done absolutely nothing thus far in this game. So far, it's been all Steph Curry and all Klay Thompson. Warriors are missing something critical in their offense, and it's rim pressure. Draymond and Looney are too passive. Since they are missing Wiggins, wouldn't it make more sense to put Kuminga into the starting lineup? He's an incredible vertical threat, is capable of shooting the three, and provides more size as a defender at small forward. Just a thought. More shenanigans from Gobert, where he sets a comically illegal screen where he does a full damn 360-degree circle to prevent Dante from getting to his man. Credit where credit is due. Gobert has a very nice defensive possession here. It's kind of all over the place, just sagging off with Looney completely, but stays connected to Poole here and just erases him. Here's an example of the 3-guard lineup just not being good enough. They switch here. Klay is now guarding Gobert. Klay has to be much more aggressive on the box out. Gobert gets a tap out instead for a second opportunity. The Timberwolves get another 3-point shot and splash. Some positives and negatives of Jordan Poole. This is a great individual play here. Beautiful shot off of 1 foot. JaMychal Green, do you ever practice that shot? Why is he taking that shot? I have no idea. Now watch Jordan Poole's disastrous defense here. What is he even doing? He has his back completely turned against the guy that he's supposed to be guarding. Slow-mo cuts to the rim for a wide open dunk. The dichotomy of Jordan Poole as he punishes Gobert here on the drop for the 3. I'm going to be fair to Poole here. Nice deflection, causes the fast break in transition. JK is out on the break and finds an open Klay who splashes the 3. Beautiful. When Jordan gets going, it's hard to stop him. He passes the ball, moves without the ball, cuts to the rim for the wide open layup. Here's an example of JaMychal Green being a cone on defense. He gets up on Cat, he gets the switched on Slow-mo, and he just stands there like a cone. Curry gets back into the game, plays a little pick and roll with Kuminga, who makes a nice little pump fake play and goes right in for the dunk. Here's where I would like to see Curry at least touch the ball, but he does not. The ball goes back to Jonathan Kuminga, and fair play to him, he does draw the foul here. There's a possession where Steph Curry never touches the ball for all 24 seconds. He comes off the curl, Gary cuts, good pass, but defense recovers. Ball goes back out to Poole. Poole is looking for Curry to get open, but he does not. So now he's trying to create, ends up with a Draymond Green mid-range jump shot. That is what the Wolves defense wants. Curry gets the ball here, gives it off to Kuminga. Jordan Poole drives and draws the foul. Here's an example of a tough matchup for Jonathan Kuminga at power forward against Naz Reid, who's much bigger than him. He gets the ISO, he backs him down slowly and gets the shot that he wants. Easy. Another possession where Steph Curry's off the ball standing in the corner. Pick and roll with Gary Payton. Nice pass to Kuminga for the three, but it misses. Timberwolves try to find the mismatch once again, but Kuminga does an excellent job denying the entry pass with a deflection. Warriors should have scored on an easy 2-on-1 opportunity in transition, but Draymond fumbles it. Naz Reid clearly kicks the ball away, but the ref calls nothing, and Reid ends up with an easy layup. You can see Draymond questioning the play, but he may as well be beating a dead horse. Yet another possession where Steph Curry's off the ball in the corner doing nothing. Draymond traffic cop offense, nothing happens. The ball goes back to Jordan Poole. He comes around the curl, and Draymond gets fouled. Jordan Poole looks for the inbounds pass, gets this to Draymond. Steph Curry finally gets the ball around the curl, turns into a pick and roll, and Draymond gets an easy layup. Starting to notice a theme here. Steph Curry once again off the ball, not doing anything but standing in the corner. It's the Jordan Poole show, and it's a brick. More Poole adventures on defense here. He notices his man at a glance, but loses complete sight of him cutting down, so Curry has to now leave his man in the corner to compensate. Poole still has no idea what's happening on the left side of the floor. There's no reason for him to be helping off the nail this much, because Draymond is right there. Pass goes to the wide open Nickeil Alexander-Walker for the splash. You can see Curry walking over to Poole to communicate to him what exactly went wrong there. Curry finally gets on the ball randomly after more than 3 minutes have gone in the second quarter. GP2 comes up for the high pick and roll. Curry rejects and goes to the other side and spins away from the second screen to lose Edwards, but stumbles a bit after tripping on Draymond's leg and misses a relatively easy look from the mid-range. It's an example of Gobert's rim presence. Lamb beats Reid on the drive for what should have been a layup, but passes in fear of Gobert blocking the shot and kicks it back out. Curry uses Draymond's screen but misses the rushed three. Here's that weird DHO that Gobert does where he sets a clearly illegal screen because he's holding the defender with his off arm to throw him off position before setting the actual screen. You tell me, does this look like a legal play to you? Walker gained some confidence from the corner three he hit earlier and knocks down another one here. Multiple screens up top to cause some switches and confusion to ultimately get Curry attacking the paint. Curry stops short to draw a bump foul on Gobert, but the call's not made. Great D by GP2 here. Reid comes for the screen, but GP doesn't overreact as Reid makes no contact and slips, stays on top of Edwards and forces him into a travel. Curry's on the ball and waits for Klay to come off the curl off a double screen. Klay fakes Walker out of his shoes, but misses the easy mid-range. Curry sees three defenders because Slow-Mo is sagging off a Lamb, so he passes up the ball where Looney sets up a DHO for Klay, but Slow-Mo once again sags off of Lamb to help. Slow-Mo shows his value here by helping while still recovering on Lamb, something Warriors defense could really learn from. Curry comes off the curl with 6 seconds on the clock, gets smothered by three defenders again, so he dishes to Lamb, who manages to hit a tough contested three. Klay trails Edwards and thinks Walker is going to attack the baseline. Instead, Edwards slips out to the three. Walker sets a wildly illegal screen, giving Ant-Man room to knock down the three. Outlets hit different when it's to GP2, who makes this one look much easier than it actually was. Here's another example of Lamb being bad as the help off the nail as he sacks off his man too much, allowing penetration and, to be fair, a contested floater that goes in for Slow-Mo. Here's what I wanted a lot more of in this game. High screen for Curry, get a switch on Gobert and let him work to take Gobert's effectiveness away. Gobert obviously wanted no part of that, as you can see here. Horrendous possession by Klay here. He gets the stop on Conley's rushed layup, but then allows him to grab the offensive rebound for the reset. There's no way Conley should have out-hustled him for that rebound because Klay was in front of him. And then watch as he, for some reason, doesn't get back out to Conley, forcing Looney to switch out for the mismatch. Conley misses again, but Klay allows Gobert to grab yet another offensive rebound, a switch that never had to happen if he recovered on Conley like he was supposed to. He then fouls Gobert, which doesn't get whistled, and then allows Gobert to hit this ridiculous shot. Curry gets another high screen to get a shot off, but Gobert didn't drop too far and contested well. In this scenario, Curry's better off attacking Gobert on the switch rather than jacking up the three too quickly. Great defensive duo potential here between Dante and GP2, creating a panicked turnover from the normally reliable Conley. Here's an example of Curry not getting the whistle. He has an easy drive to the rim going left. Gobert is too slow to catch up, but Conley gives Curry a nudge with his left arm, throwing Curry off just enough to make it seem as though he left it short on his own. I know it's subtle, and you can even argue that Curry still should have found a way to finish it, but you try finishing a layup with someone nudging you as you take off. Here's an example of an opponent underestimating Draymond's wingspan. Great defense by Draymond. Curry's on the ball once again here using the screens, but he gets two on him, he dishes off to Draymond, who knocks down the three. He's capable. Here's yet another example of Klay completely falling asleep, just like Poole before, on the nail, completely sleeping on his man who drives in for the layup, but Looney bails him out on the play. Fast break opportunity in transition, Dante dishes off to Curry, who gets two on him once again, dishes off to Klay for the wide open three. Here's another one in transition, gets the ball off to Dante, who gets the ball to Klay. It's a really quick shot, it clanks off the rim. Play out of bounds, Curry gets the ball to Klay, and Klay elects to do a ISO one-on-one play and bricks. Curry starts up top, uses Draymond for the DHO, but also uses Looney, who set a sneaky quote-unquote screen with his back turned from the defender, knocking Conley out of the play. You could blame Gobert for not communicating about his man's screen, but I'm not even sure if he could see because there were three bodies shielding Gobert's vision of Curry, and he probably didn't recognize Looney's sneaky position as a screener. Curry then makes a comically difficult floater off the glass. DiVincenzo provides hope for Warriors defense as he once again bothers Conley into a turnover. He's a point guard known for taking care of the ball. Defense turns into offense once again. You can see Draymond fired up, not because of the dunk, but because it came from a great defense. DiVincenzo smothers Conley once again at POA, stays connected through Gobert's initial screen, but Conley pulls a quick 1-2 and just loses Dante. Just loses him. Then stops short to get bumped from behind. This is the same play that Curry couldn't get the same whistle on earlier against Gobert, and Gobert is a much bigger player to get bumped off of. It's highlight time. Curry uses two very high ball screens from 30 feet to create way more space to work with. Two guys are struggling to keep up chasing Curry from so far away. Curry has to slow down because of Gobert, so he relocates through an inverse DHO of sorts, gets a clean look from the corner, and turns to the crowd before the shot goes in. This is classic Steph, unguardable when he's fully involved and engaged. Double drag flare from the left side, Curry decides to penetrate, cat sacks off Draymond completely, and honestly, Draymond needs to be competent enough to finish off this play himself with an easy wide open 15-footer, because they did all this work and got you a free shot. Draymond refusing to take this is purely mental, unless Kerr told him not to shoot them. He gives it off to Klay as the second shot creator and also uses two high ball screens for him to choose. He chooses left side with Loon and tries to dump it off to him on the trap. Loon coincidentally finds a relocating Curry, but the quick shot is a bad miss. To summarize, Warriors had 11 possessions to work with in the last 5 minutes of quarter 2. In that span, they ran 8 Curry pick and rolls DHOs, which generated 10 points, 2 Curry ISOs for 5 points, and 2 points off a turnover. They scored 17 points in 5 minutes despite having many miscues along the way. That's elite, because they held the Wolves to exactly 3 points in that same time frame, meaning they've outscored the Wolves 17-3 and held up on both ends of the floor when consistently running pick and roll mixed with DHOs and free buckets off of defense and hustle. Curry was off the ball only twice in that span, and they went 0 for 2 on those possessions. Curry was on the ball for 11 possessions, and they scored 17 points. Curry was off the ball for 2 possessions, and they scored 0 points. This happened with Curry playing the entirety of quarter 2 due to early foul trouble in quarter 1. Why am I going off on all these details? Because you're about to see how the Warriors gave up all their momentum playing a completely different style in quarter 3 and blowing their chances because of Kerr's stubborn ideology of always moving the ball, which means Curry is completely off the ball for a majority of the possessions.